So I could start my progression like a one chord. You see, I already started with a C major 9. So don't run away from chords like this. To the 4 chord, to the 5 chord, to the 5 chord, to the 3 chord, to the 6, to the 2, to the 5 chord, make it a source chord, breeze of the chord, start the progression again, to the 5 chord, passing to the 3 chord, passing to the 6, passing to the 2 chord. So you see how beautiful that is even sounding, and these are even chords you could incorporate into your normal worship. So take it as a top music. This is like a must know. It is something you know. Instead of you just playing the 1 to the 4 to the 5 to the 3 to the 6 to the 2 to the 5 back to the 1, you could add color to it by playing what I just played right now. So for those of you that are confused, you're like, hold on a minute. How are you coming up with that? How would you hold one, and how are your fingers that big? What if my fingers are not this big? How do I approach a chord like this? So that's why there is a playlist. There's a beginner's course, there's an intermediate course, there's an advanced course on the channel that you can have access to. It will teach you the theoretical part of all of these chords, so that when you start seeing them in songs, hearing them in songs, so you leave this level of always learning. Yeah, you have to keep learning, but there's a level you get to, you can now chest a song. When they give you a song and say, okay, this is the song you're doing today, you can listen to the song and be like, okay, I think I know what's going on in the song. And mind you, my aim, this can be in the key of C, but my aim is to teach you how to play on all 12 keys, because that way you get to bring out the better and best version of yourself. All right, so there's a playlist to guide you, so that you're not just watching this video, watching that video, and it's not arranged. There's a playlist in the channel. Go to the playlist part of this channel and check out those videos. There are videos that have been arranged. So for those of you that will be like, oh, my fingers, I don't know how to place them. Oh, I don't know how to do some moves. I don't know how to, do some ornament and nuances. I don't know how to. There are lessons that have covered all of those things. I cannot put everything in one video. All right. So there's a playlist. Check out the playlist, guys. So 1, then my 4 chord, then my 5 chord, my 3 chord, E minor 7, could do, to my 6 chord. That's like a it's me using 3rd and 6th. Could do. Your choice. You could use chords to do it, or you use this 3rd and 6th to do it over the 6th. Make it a major dominant chord. See the chords I'm using. So the thing is, there are some things I would not be explaining in this lesson, but the thing is, there are some chords that already, if you know that it's a dominant chord you want, you just know what to play, because you will practice it several times and you know how that chord is going to be like. So you don't need to start looking for it here, maybe, oh, let me do it here, oh, let me do it here, or here, or here, or here. In short, you know where they are in every inversion, and all of those is being covered in the intermediate and beginners class. I've arranged all of those things in these different keys. So 1 chord to the 4 chord, to this 5 chord, to the 3 chord, to the 6 chord, make it a dominant, to the 2, then I could do to the 5 chord. So let me find me, but I'm harmonizing it with this note. Left hand, right hand. Then you resolve it to your number 1. Okay. instead of doing that do, re, mi to the 4, you could play a passing chord that takes you to the 4. You could do 2 then 5 to the 1, so score back to the 1. You could play a 5 to take you to a 1. Because following the circle of 4th and 5th, your 5 wants to go to the 1. So you could play it as a G minor 9 to take you to the 4. Sorry. Our destination is 5 1 4, but once you just do 5 to the 4. This 5, I want to use it as a passing chord, so it goes to a 1. Instead of playing a 5 1 4, I want to skip that 1 and play 5. So instead of 5 1 4, I want to do 5 4. You get it? So I could use this. Let me see. You could use an altered chord like a G7 sharp 9 sharp 5 to take you to that chord. So breeze off. You can play this chord. It's sounding out of the box, right? So I could even do this, or I do this to go to the 4. So I use this at first, then I use this. So you might be wondering, why am I even doing all of those things? They're not sounding so good, and all of those sounding good but not good because it has not been tuned. The thing is, I'm using the tritone advantage. So I have a chord like this. I could choose to switch this roots to the tritone, C sharp, and it gives you another quality. So if for forever you are. So you, forever you. I could add the melody. So I've already used that movement to kind of make my play interesting, but I know that might not be easy for you to do, but just pick this chord for now. Like I said, beat by beat. With time, you will know how to know that this same chord is the same thing here. I just remove that so that I can have enough finger to go and play the melody. So you see, resolve this. You see, you don't really need to know the theory, the name of what's even happening there. You need to know the theory, some of the theories, which is I teach all of those things too in intermediate and beginners course. There's a way I'm thinking that the way I use this now, it will be hard to find somebody that will use it the way I just use it. There's somebody else that even know about it, but when he hears the way I use it, he will be like, oh wow, I like the way you use that chord. Come and show me what you did there. I'm like, oh okay. I just pick my melody and that's my melody. Then I use the tritone of this, instead of this. You could even do this, that same chord, but I use the tritone. It's give me something else. So at the end of the day, you find out that you're in the key of C sharp, but you are in the key of C, but you are touching a lot of notes that are not in the key of C. This is what theory does to you. By the time you know a lot of theory, then you can start adding color, and maybe you don't want to sound so too basic. You can start adding colors to the way your sound is going to come out. All right. So that's just something you could take. So 2, then a 5. You can even play your 5 like this. I've taught you this G13 flat 9 chord. Forever you again. To the 5. Now going back to the 3, you could do a flat 5 7 3. There's a lesson where I taught you all of the minor passing chords, minor 2-5-1 and major 2-5-1. We've covered it. So meaning on any key at all, if you are going to a G major, you could use a major 2-5-1. If you want to play a minor 2-5-1 to that chord, you could do a minor 2-5. We've done all of this things. See, it's very easy for me to do. way I'm moving because I've used this to practice. So you should check out all of other lessons in the playlist. So that way you have infinite chords. Like you start moving everywhere on the piano. That way you are not even thinking that I'm in the key of C. You are playing everywhere, but don't forget the key you are. Because when you go too far, you forget where you are coming from. So 1 chord to the 4, very slow calm music. 5 chord to the 3, to the 6, passing chord that takes you to the 2. This is then this the 1. Sorry. Then this 1 chord you resolve. You can now use that as a passing chord to take you to the 4. Or if you now know how to voice it, you could do, or you do, I've showed you all of this, to the 4. 5. Now, I could play a 7 to the 6. So that's like a 7, 3. So. Alright, sorry we are deviating. So, like I said, this is just me trying to give you some chords. You could just add to your vocabulary. Things you can always just play when you want to practice. You know, I want to play a 1 to the 4, to my 5. Could even play my 3 as an E minor 9. 6 to the 2, to the 5 chord, to the 5 chord, to my 1. So, and some of these chords too, you can get them from songs. So, the more you learn songs will give you chord, because songs give you a real life approach. It makes you repeat the chords over and over and over again. So when you practice chords with song, you can always have them to be with you, as if you are practicing. So there's another section, there's a playlist where I put songs that you can use to practice. Okay, so that is in the key of C.